Close your eyes and picture this. You're 70 years old. You're in a great big house. You have all the furniture you want. You have a nice TV. You got the biggest movie collection, maybe the biggest video game collection. You got a collection of whatever you fancy most, right? But you're in this house and you start talking and it echoes. And there's no one in that house with you. No one's there to keep you company. You're all alone. And you realize, you take a step back and you realize, man, I've been living this life in solitude, grinding for myself for so many years. That's one of my biggest fears. And I feel like that is brought into fruition more and more commonly now. Because you think about it, think about how valued hustle culture is. How valued pushing aside all other priorities other than work is valued nowadays. Oh, do this for your work, do this for your work, make sure you don't get any sleep, you'll be successful. Being successful is important in life. It is fulfilling in life to be successful in something you want to be in, but not at the cost of being chronically lonely. That is one of my greatest fears, is to be chronically lonely or lonely forever. Because I don't want to wake up in a house and maybe YouTube blows off, or maybe I struck it big at the stock market and I have all these things that I want. I don't even really care about cars. And I've done all these super cool races, seen these super cool things, but I have no one to share it with. That seems so empty. I don't want to get my first house, go through that big moment alone. I don't want to travel everywhere alone. I don't want to celebrate all the holidays and my birthday milestones or a job promotion. And God forbid, I don't want to go through a big health crisis alone. And I'm sure a lot of you guys do not want to do that either. So let's all congregate in the anxiety of being alone. Let's take a moment. What if we're alone forever? Oh God. And let's just sit in that. It feels icky. It feels wrong. I don't want that to be me. Let me tell you a quick story about probably the most pivotal time in my life when I felt like I was going to be alone forever. I've referenced this a time or two before, but I had probably the biggest relationship in my life from the age of 22 to 24. It lasted almost 2 years, not quite. I was overly obsessed, overly codependent, and highly relied on her for all of my feelings. It was very unhealthy. It was not a good framework of a relationship. It is a very common relationship in your early 20s, but it's not a good framework and you need to grow past that. That lasted for 2 years. I built my identity off of her. And when we broke up, I felt like the world rejected me. Like I was going to be alone forever because this person that I poured all of my love into decided that she does not want me anymore. And it took a very, very long time to build up the courage, to build up the confidence, to build up my own ego again, to tell myself that, hey, I am worth something. I am worth someone to not be lonely. But that is so common amongst us all. That I know I'm not the only one that has a nasty breakup story. I know I'm not the only one that's had a friend choose a different friend over them, and it feels like, oh, who are these people that I associate myself with? Do they even like me? Do they even care? I know I'm not the only one. And you're not the only one feeling that way either. I think we feel this way because I've heard many times in numerous podcasts, because I'm a big health nut. I love learning everything about what keeps us alive the longest, what makes us function the best, how do we feel our great. I'm a health nut. We're wired for connection. We need that community. Think about it. Hundreds of years ago, before we had technology that we know of today, like computers and phones and social media, we had so many more face-to-face groups. We needed that. And it fosters such beautiful connection and makes us all much, much happier. And we are not getting that the same way. Being in a group on Facebook, I'll tell you what, I joined this group on Strava called Choose Strong. It is a great group. I love it. It's all about running. It's all about testing your boundaries, pushing yourself hard, and choosing strong to go more. But it is not the same as joining a run group and being there present. It's a substitute. It's great. It still pushes you forward, but it is not the same. And I feel like today's day and age, we have all these substitutes, but we're not getting back to our roots of face-to-face connection. And I think that's why we all feel this lingering loneliness. I feel it with you. I feel really lonely right now. My brother recently got a girlfriend, and he is in that lovey-dovey stage where he spends all the time with her. And I don't want to make this sound like I'm codependent on my brother, but I miss the homie, right? I miss hanging out with him. I miss hanging out with someone that I used to hang out with almost on the daily. And it's a tough adjustment, but we all feel lonely in life, but that doesn't mean we're going to feel lonely in life forever. An important way you have to reframe your mind is think of loneliness almost like an episode in a long TV series, right? Or you could even think of it as a season if it feels like it's been going on for a bit. If you're running on 5 years of loneliness right now, think of it as a season. That is not an episode. But if you're going through a couple weeks, bad breakup like a month ago, think of it as an episode of loneliness. It comes and goes. You're not going to be lonely forever unless you take no actions to not become lonely. Because my greatest fear is being lonely forever, but I'm going to do these action things to make sure that I don't stay lonely forever. And I know lonely forever is, when I say it, I mean partnerless. No girlfriend, no wife, no kids, nothing. Like, I feel empty without that. That's my greatest fear. It's tough to put yourself out there. It really is. I'm doing my best to go on Hinge dates. I'm doing my best to talk to people. I would encourage everyone else to do the same, because really the only way you're going to find a partner is by putting yourself out there and not playing the victim card of, oh, well, today's society kind of sucks and that's why I can't get a partner. No. Everyone's lonely. Everyone can be kind of sucky sometimes. But not everybody is a sucky person. And that's the kind of mindset I have to live with, and I'm trying to cultivate so that I do not become lonely forever. It is also important that I realize being forever alone partner-wise, it is my greatest fear, but it doesn't mean it's a wasted life. If I'm able to foster my friendships, if I'm able to keep my family close, that is another way to stay connected and not feel alone. It will be a big hole not filled, but it will not be a big hole that expands if I cannot find a partner. This one's rather quick. I don't really know how else to elaborate the story, but I'm right there with you. It's 2025. It's a weird time. There's so many opportunities for people to meet on dating apps, but there's so little face-to-face connection. I'm just trying to be real with you guys. I don't want to live a life where I wake up and I'm 40, no person. I wake up and I'm 50 and still no person. And then all of a sudden, I get a bad health diagnosis, no person's there by my bedside. That scares me. So what are we going to do? This is not sponsored by Tinder, Bumble, or Hinge. I am not saying go on those dating apps, but I just feel like we have to be receptive and open to relationships. We have to try not to linger on our past and have a stereotype of, oh, I had a bad breakup, so everybody's bad. You have to be willing to accept someone for who they are. No one's going to come into your life perfect, but enjoy the beautiful process of what is life and the episodes or seasons that loneliness brings, because one day you won't be this lonely, and one day we'll get out of this pickle and we all will be thriving.